Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Victoria Whyte, where real experiences create real impact. As you can see, I have with me here Ahmed Shittu. I don't know if you've watched my past video. He has been on this seat before, where he cracked the interview code on how you can pass your interview, how you prepare, how you can answer your question, and how you can build your confidence. So you stop having, unfortunately, yeah, so he's here again today. He's got a project at hand, a boot camp, where you'll be having hands-on experience on industry using industry-based data to analyze, like practically, how you can analyze data, filter data, cleanse data, data engineering, data management, anything that has to do with data. So as we know, we are in the world of data. We are data control things. We are in the tech world. A lot of things that are going on is within tech, and everyone is moving to tech. So if you one of those that would love to be in the tech industry, then this bootcamp is for you. Like you see, what is going on in the UK presently, the proposal that is going all around about people spending 10 to 15 years before they get their ILRO, except for those that are on high-paying job that have more higher tax contribution to the economy. They will be getting their ILR within 3 to 5 years. So you see, tech is the real deal. If you know you want to, you're in the UK or wherever you are, specifically for those in the UK, if you want to get your ILR within 3 to 5 years, then this bootcamp is for you. If you want to get into the tech industry, you want to prepare for job roles like data analytics, data science, whatever that has to do with data, this bootcamp is for you. So I'm going to hand over to Ahmed Shittu. He's going to introduce himself and also tell us deep details on what the bootcamp will be all about, what we are going to learn, what you're coming out of it, how long it's going to take, and everything that needs to be covered. He will be telling us that. So welcome, Ahmed. We are happy to have you around. Please, you're welcome. So, what is it all about?
Thank you very much, Victoria Whyte. I'm so pleased to come back to the channel again. Yeah, I'll take it very precise and straightforward. Uh, my name is Ahmed. I'm sorry, pardon me, I don't introduce myself first. My name is Ahmed Shittu, a data engineer, to be precise. I have over, well, close to 2 decade experience cutting across from database management, technical officers, from the statistical analysis and all of those fields. So I've actually moved from coast to coast in the data world. So I've got, well, you can say a couple of experience when it comes to data architecture, the hand-to-hand projects that it may be. Um, this boot camp, I've actually find a laxity in the what is it called, in the training recently. I just want to give a bit background where the boot camp's coming up. I found a bit laxity in the training these days, where people just get to so many channels, they do the training, just give them a capstone data just to do the normal project. And when they get faced with interviews or when they get to the job, some of them even get to a job. At the end of the day, for 6 months in the job, they couldn't meet up with some. They can't. The real world is different from the capstone project. The industry has its own terminologies, has its own way of data, has everything. So in the next 6 months, they are out, and no company wants to employ somebody and started training him again and again. And so I found a laxity that people just know how to use SQL. People know how to use Python. People just know how to use Power BI. I'm specifically speaking in data work now in the IT sector. People just know how to use all of those things. They don't know the applicable way to use it in industry. So I was reminded, okay, can we have something like an end-to-end project that semantically demonstrates a company, and they say, okay, we have this project, the way it's going to be in the company settings, while we start from documentation, documenting the problem, stakeholder management, engaging with stakeholders and say, okay, this is what we have, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're about to do. Then moving to now say, okay, I need to communicate with different stakeholders to extract my data. That is where the data extraction point comes from. Then, having done that, we now move ahead. Okay, I've got my data from different sources. Data engineering comes in trying to pull in the data from different sources, arranging the data, get it ready. And so when the data is gets set, so what next am I need to do? I need to do the data cleaning. That's data analysis comes in. I need to do the data cleaning. I need to do the presentation. Then after that, I need to present it to the stakeholder. So we're having the bootcamp is majorly going to cover those end-to-end shit. So irrespective of the feed, you are actually domiciled currently now. Maybe you are still out of job, you've not have a job yet, you still need the data world, you are tossing around looking for where to actually pitch yourself. The project we are embarking on is going to be end-to-end. So you are going to have holistic experience covering from data analyst, data engineer, data extraction, data analyst, data visualization, data engineer. You have those combined knowledge in terms of project-based, industrial-based. Then any area you decide to pitch your tent in the data world, whether you're pitching your tent in data analyst, you're pitching your tent in data engineer, you'll find a sophisticated industrial-based project to speak about, to add in your portfolio, to add in your GitHub repository. And that will boost your confidence level when you get a secure any job position in the first 6 months because you've learned the ethics. So we are going to be using different sorts of industrial-based software. We are going to be using Jira. Jira is where we use to set the project, set the meetings, this with stakeholder. So we are going to be doing documentation on Jira, presenting it, having a board together and say, okay, this is what we do, this is the meeting, this is it, to set up the sprint meeting, doing documentation. We spend 1 week veteran how you were able to document the problem, how you were able to convert the problem analyzed within the system, and you're able to put it into written and propose what way you want to diffuse the problem to your stakeholder. So we are going to be covering those parts, which is one of the integral part that people miss out from. Data science, data analysis is not just you writing script or writing code. There are so many ingredients that make this food so more spicy for you to get done with it. So we're going to be covering that aspect. So Jira is going to be taking us through connecting and having to link. We are going to be using Confluence. Confluence is where we store our code. So we are going to be doing it in a practical set. We are going to be using Bitbucket, more like a GitHub repository, where we save all our codes. Confluence, where we save our credentials. Then we're going to be using Bitbucket for where we save our codes. Jira for where we monitor all the movement of the project. Then before we now move to using software like Python, SQL, and Power BI, we're going to be using that 3 major. So we are going to be moving from CADA to CADA. So at a very simple level, a simple workable project, an industrial simple workable project you can do with Python and SQL and Power BI, from data engineering to data analyst. So I don't have actually covered a lot. So if there's any question,
Yeah.
you can just.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. As you can hear from him, I know you don't want to be kicked out of that job after 6 months. 6 months is your probation period. It's time to show your skill. It's time to show what you said you know. So, like you said, a lot of us just know the SQL, Excel, Power BI, but you don't know how to use it, how to implement it in the real world. Like when you're faced with it, you start fidgeting. I don't want you to fidget, so I need you to join this bootcamp. This bootcamp will expose you on the industry's pattern, how the whole process, how it's being carried out. So you are having a live session, a practical hands-on session, and having an in-depth experience on how you can represent it in your job. So if you don't want to be kicked out of your probation period, then you need to join this bootcamp. So Ahmed, I would like to know, when do you intend to start this bootcamp? What's the duration? How long is it going to take for one to achieve all these skills, this knowledge that you've said now?
Yeah, I don't want to put us through an ambiguity situation, because ambiguity is when I say we can do all of this in 1 month. No, that's not possible. But the bootcamp is going to start January. So we're looking at January 5. So
5th of January.
Yeah, the 5th of January. So we are actually going to do it bit by bit. Okay. So the first 1 month, we have 6 projects on the go. So we are open 6 months for the 6th project. So the first project is for January. So the second project, February, March, April, May to June. So the first project is gonna take 1 month. Each week for each
project.
Each week for each
month for each
process. That we're going to bring it down to process, like I said earlier,
right,
from the documentation to the stakeholder engagement. So the week one may be purely documentation. So we're going to map out the problem. We come together and say, okay, this is the problem we're having as an industry.
Yeah.
I'm the manager, you the CEO, you are the data analyst. I've employed you as a data analyst. So because every one of us is going to be coming as a professional.
Yeah.
Like, so you are going to be assuming to be a potential data analyst, a potential data engineer, a potential Power BI developer. So I'm going to be presenting the problem to you like this is the problem I have in my company. So what can you do? Get me a proposal of what you're going to do to solve this particular problem. So that will be what the first week is going to be about. So you're going to go back home, crack your head and see how we're going to. Then when you get the proposal, I already have a template of a proposal at hand before to see, okay, these are the proposal should look like. Then we come together, you present your proposal, I present my proposal, and then we now look at it. Does it actually fit? So now we now begin to scrutinize it. Then you can know your errors, you can know where you flops, then you can go back and then bring it back again. So the duration is January for the first project, February for second project.
Hi viewers, are you thinking of going into the tech industry, data world, and you're having your New Year resolution, planning on what project? What am I going to start with from 2026? This is an opportunity for you. January, it is the best time to start the new year with a new project. I mean, 6 months is not a long time for you to acquire this skill that is going to be making you in that high paid job and make you stay in a short period for you to attain your ILR. So you've heard him, it's going to take stages. So you have to follow through from January till 6 months is in June. That's when you're looking at rounding up.
Well, if you feel that's why I say we're going to be working more professionally. If you feel like after 1 to 3 month project, well, what I have, the knowledge I have is sufficient. Well, you might actually get a job before the 6 months. So if you feel like 3 months, actually 1 to 3 projects. Oh wow, with this 1 to 3 projects.
Yeah, because each month you are working on a project, and as you are working on that project, you have it in your portfolio.
Yes.
You have it to showcase your interviewer when you go for interviews. So while you're on the bootcamp, you can apply for job.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's even good while you're on the bootcamp, you're applying for job, going for interview, because you still have fresh memory on the practical aspect of it. So on what platform are you going to be doing this bootcamp? Is it online or face-to-face, physical?
So we're in the world of online. So remote. We're going to be doing it as a remote section. So it's an online session. So we're still contemplating on maybe we're using Teams or we're going to be using Zoom. So either of the two. We're going to be using Zoom or Teams. So anyone, as time goes on, we're going to push through the advert and then set the link there and say, okay, we're using Zoom or we're using Teams. So it's going to be online.
Okay. Yeah, so you've heard it. It's going to be an online bootcamp that's going to stay last for like 6 months, but you can if you within the 6 months you feel you've had enough, you are capable. I mean, it's not just for newbies. This bootcamp is not only for newbies, because there are people in the industry that do not still understand some critical aspect of the whole thing. So I think it's an opportunity for both those that are already on the job to come in and get a better experience, because I know while on the job you won't be given the opportunity to do your practice trial and error. They expect you to know the job. I mean, that's why they are paying you. So you don't go there to do trial and error. But in this bootcamp, you can do your trial and error and keep trying and error until you get it right. So I will leave it here. Just if you know you are interested, do well to send us an email. You can from this channel, Real Talk with Victoria Whyte @gmail.com, or you send us a message, or you drop in the comment section that you are interested. Maybe drop your email. We can contact you through your email, or you reach out to us. So I'll be posting the flyer. This is the flyer with the details of the whole package of what is gonna.
And so let me put a disclaimer. Well, the boot camp is actually you need to have a basic knowledge of SQL, because we're not going to be teaching you how to write SQL.
Oh, really?
So we're not going to be teaching you how to write Python, how to write Power BI. No, I will assume, because there are loads of channels out there
that you can learn
that from. Chat GPT is there.
I mean, if you said if you've decided that you want to do data analytics, you should have a basic knowledge of these things. Yeah.
Python, SQL, and
Excel,
and
Power BI. Yeah.
So when you have those basic knowledge, note that we are not going to be teaching you how to. So we are already assume the same way your boss is not going to be assuming that you will start learning Python or you will start learning SQL. So it's the same way we are going to be assuming in the bootcamp that you're not just start learning. So nonetheless, you can still learn in the process, but we need a basic knowledge of that. And we don't want to. We have a very scalable number. We're looking between 5 to 10. So just 5 to 10 people is enough. Not to 5 to 10. Crowded.
5 to 10. So rush now. Be the first to comment. Send an email so that you'll be among the 5 to 10 people. Don't miss this opportunity. Thank you. More things to say.
Well, that's all I've got to say. Thank you, everyone. See you there.
Yeah. So don't forget to like, comment, and share. You have loved ones that are in the data, that want to be in the data industry, the tech industry. Please, if you love them, share this video to them. Thank you. Bye.